A single song can change a person's life forever. One day, you're an unknown singer struggling to pay the bills. The next, your voice is playing from every radio station in America. Fans know every lyric. Record executives promise you're the future of soul music. The world tells you this is only the beginning. But what if it wasn't? What if the biggest hit of your life also became the last moment the spotlight truly belonged to you? Some of these singers were betrayed by their own record labels. Some watched changing music trends erase their careers almost overnight. Others were struck by heartbreaking tragedy just as success finally arrived. Today, we're uncovering 10 soul singers who disappeared after one unforgettable hit. And by the end of this countdown, you'll realize something shocking. Talent was never the problem. Welcome back to Beyond the Beat, where we go beyond the songs and uncover the stories the music industry often leaves behind. When people hear the phrase, one-hit wonder, they usually assume the artist lacked talent. But soul music tells a very different story. Many of the singers on today's list possessed voices powerful enough to rival the greatest legends of their generation. They had charisma, songwriting ability, and loyal fans. What they didn't always have was the support, timing, or luck needed to survive one of the toughest industries in the world. Behind every unforgettable hit lies another story. A story of broken promises, impossible expectations, changing trends, and dreams that faded far too soon. Let's begin with a singer whose confidence made her a star, but whose career never escaped the shadow of one iconic record. Number 10, Jean Knight, Mr. Big Stuff, 1971. Before Jean Knight became famous, she spent years recording songs that barely attracted attention. Like many soul artists of the late 1960s, she balanced music with ordinary jobs while waiting for someone to recognize her gift. Then everything changed. In 1971, Mr. Big Stuff exploded onto radio stations across America. The song was playful, confident, and impossible to ignore. Knight's sharp delivery turned what could have been a simple breakup song into one of the boldest female anthems of its era. Women loved its message. DJs couldn't stop playing it. The record climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sold millions of copies around the world. For a moment, it looked like Jean Knight had arrived to compete with the biggest names in soul. But success can create expectations that are almost impossible to meet. Every new single was compared to Mr. Big Stuff. Record labels wanted another song that sounded exactly the same, while audiences wanted something fresh. Behind the scenes, disagreements over promotion and management slowed her momentum. Radio also began shifting toward newer sounds, making it even harder to repeat such massive success. Knight continued recording for decades, earning respect from soul fans and remaining a beloved live performer. Yet for mainstream audiences, she became permanently linked to one unforgettable song. Her story reminds us that sometimes a hit becomes less of a launch pad and more of a cage. Number 9, Anita Ward, Ring My Bell, 1979. Anita Ward never imagined that the song defining her career wasn't even written for her. Originally intended for another singer, Ring My Bell eventually landed in Ward's hands almost by accident. The result was magic. Released in 1979, the song became an international sensation. Its infectious groove, polished production, and Ward's effortless vocals turned it into one of the biggest records of the disco era. It reached #1 in the United States and topped charts across Europe. But as quickly as the success arrived, disaster followed. Just as her career was taking off, Ward suffered serious injuries in a devastating car accident. Recovery forced her away from the public at the worst possible moment. Meanwhile, the music industry itself was changing. The anti-disco movement was growing stronger, and radio stations rapidly abandoned artists associated with the genre. To make matters worse, disputes with her record label complicated future releases. Instead of building on worldwide success, Ward spent years trying to regain the momentum she had lost through circumstances beyond her control. Her disappearance wasn't caused by a lack of talent. It was the result of terrible timing. Number 8. Zulema. Some artists become famous. Others become musicians' favorite musicians. Zulema belonged firmly in the second group. Born Zulema Cassos, she possessed one of the richest, most expressive voices of the 1970s. Fellow performers admired her vocal control, emotional delivery, and fearless willingness to experiment with different musical styles. She enjoyed moderate success with songs like American Fruit, African Roots, and a memorable version of Wanna Be Where You Are. Critics praised nearly everything she released, but commercial success remained frustratingly out of reach. Part of the problem was inconsistency from record labels. Albums weren't promoted effectively. Marketing budgets disappeared. Musical trends shifted toward disco before her unique style could fully connect with mainstream audiences. The saddest part? Many legendary singers who achieved greater fame openly admired Zulema's talent. She had the voice. She had the songs. She simply never received the opportunity her gifts deserved. Today, she's remembered less by chart positions and more by those who understand just how extraordinary she really was. Number 7. Linda Jo. You got me. Number 7. Linda Jones Hypnotized, 1967. Few voices in soul music could express heartbreak the way Linda Jones could. Listening to her sing felt less like hearing music and more like reading someone's diary. Her breakthrough hit, Hypnotized, showcased breathtaking vocal control mixed with deep emotional vulnerability. Audiences immediately connected with her authenticity. Many believed she would become one of the defining soul stars of the 1970s. Instead, fate intervened. Linda had quietly battled diabetes throughout much of her career. On March 14, 1972, while preparing for a performance in New York, she suddenly collapsed. She was only 27 years old. Her death shocked the soul music community. Friends later spoke about the incredible career she was only beginning to build. Record executives who once viewed her as the future suddenly found themselves releasing memorial albums instead of new projects. Her life ended before her full potential could be realized. Sometimes artists disappear because the industry forgets them. Linda Jones disappeared because life itself gave her no more time.
Rolling down on my face.
Number 6. Morris Albert, Feelings, 1975. There are songs everyone recognizes within the first few seconds. Feelings is one of them. Written and performed by Brazilian singer Morris Albert, the emotional ballad became a worldwide phenomenon. It crossed language barriers, reached international charts, and was covered by hundreds of artists. Its success was almost too big. When audiences heard Morris Albert's name, they immediately thought of one song, and nothing else. While he continued writing music throughout his career,
Feelings like
every new release lived under the impossible expectation of matching one of the most recognizable love songs ever recorded. Few artists survived that kind of comparison. Ironically, Feelings became both his greatest achievement and the obstacle he could never overcome.
That long to lock you inside.
Number 5. Al Wilson Show and Tell, 1973. Al Wilson's smooth tenor voice seemed designed for love songs. When Show and Tell reached number 1, it felt as though a new soul superstar had arrived.
Hey, I love you.
The song blended tenderness with elegance, making it a favorite for weddings, anniversaries, and slow dances. Yet despite releasing several quality albums afterward, Wilson never again captured mainstream audiences in quite the same way.
Show and tell, just a game I play.
Part of the challenge came from changing musical tastes. Funk, disco, and later R&B styles began dominating radio, leaving traditional soul artists fighting for fewer opportunities. Wilson remained active as a touring performer, earning admiration wherever he appeared. But commercial success slowly drifted away. His story proves that staying famous often requires more than making great music. It requires surviving an industry constantly searching for the next new thing. Number 4. Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones, 1972. Some songs become bigger than the people who sing them. Billy Paul's Me and Mrs. Jones wasn't just a hit. It became one of the greatest soul ballads ever recorded.
And Mrs. Jones.
Its story of forbidden romance, delivered through Paul's silky, jazz-influenced voice, earned him a Grammy Award and worldwide recognition. But success brought an impossible challenge. How do you follow perfection? Although Billy Paul continued recording meaningful music,
It's wrong, but it's much too strong.
often addressing social justice and political issues, many listeners wanted another romantic masterpiece instead. His artistic ambition clashed with commercial expectations. As a result, mainstream popularity faded, even while critics continued praising his work. Billy Paul never truly disappeared from music. He simply disappeared from the charts. And sometimes those are two very different things. Number 3. Timmy Thomas, Why Can't We Live Together, 1972. Sometimes simplicity changes music forever. Timmy Thomas recorded Why Can't We Live Together, using little more than a keyboard, a primitive drum machine, and one unforgettable voice. At a time when elaborate studio productions dominated radio, his stripped-down recording sounded completely different. The message was equally powerful, released during a period of racial tension and political division. The song pleaded for peace, understanding, and unity. Listeners embraced it immediately. Decades later, artists across hip-hop, R&B, and electronic music sampled or borrowed from Thomas's innovative sound. Ironically, his influence became far greater than his fame. He helped shape the future of music while remaining largely unknown to younger generations. Sometimes history celebrates the song, but quietly forgets the singer. Number 2, Vicki Sue Robinson, Turn the Beat Around, 1976. Very few dance records have survived changing musical trends the way Turn the Beat Around has. Its infectious percussion and Vicki Sue Robinson's energetic performance transformed the song into a global classic. For a brief moment, Robinson appeared destined to become one of disco's defining voices. Then the industry changed. As disco fell out of fashion in the late 1970s, Many artists associated with the genre found themselves abandoned by radio stations almost overnight. Robinson continued releasing music. The quality remained strong. The audience simply wasn't listening anymore. Years later, younger generations rediscovered her biggest hit, proving that great music often outlives commercial success. Unfortunately, Robinson herself never enjoyed the lasting career many believe she deserved. Number 1. Terry Callier, Ordinary Joe. Our number 1 choice isn't here because he lacked talent. He's here because he possessed too much talent for an industry that didn't know how to market him. Terry Callier blended soul, jazz, folk, blues, and gospel into something completely unique. Critics adored him. Fellow musicians respected him. But record sales never matched the praise. His beautiful song, Ordinary Joe, slowly developed a cult following. Yet commercial success remained frustratingly limited. Eventually, Callier made an extraordinary decision. He walked away, leaving the music business behind. He accepted a regular office job as a computer programmer in Chicago to support his family. Imagine that. One of soul music's finest voices spending decades behind a desk, while many lesser talents became household names. Then something remarkable happened. In the 1990s, younger musicians rediscovered his recordings. DJs sampled his work. New audiences finally recognized the brilliance that had gone unnoticed for so long. Callier returned to performing, proving that true artistry never really disappears. Sometimes, it simply waits for the world to catch up. The music industry loves celebrating success, but it rarely talks about what happens after the applause fades. Every singer on today's list experienced a moment millions of artists spend their entire lives chasing. One unforgettable hit. One brief moment where the entire world was listening. Yet fame is fragile. A bad contract, changing trends, personal tragedy, or simple bad luck can erase years of hard work almost overnight. The good news is this. Their careers may have faded from the spotlight, but their music never truly disappeared. Every time someone plays Mr. Big Stuff, Ring My Bell, Me and Mrs. Jones, or Why Can't We Live Together, these artists live on through the songs that defined an era. Now I want to hear from you. Which soul singer do you think deserved a much bigger career than they got? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into soul music's forgotten stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Beyond the Beat, and turn on notifications. Every week,
Calling your name in the middle of the night.
we uncover the hidden histories behind the voices that shaped soul, R&B, and music forever. Until next time, keep listening beyond the hits.